And sometimes it's better to be kind in our speaking. And kindness is so important in today's world. So for me, even if we don't like it, sometimes we can be kind and not say anything at all, or make the person feel good. But when it comes to the important things of life, sometimes I'm asked to go to a hospital and talk to somebody who's dying, and they say, am I going to die? And then I have to say, yes, we all have to die. We just don't know when. So sometimes it's important to be truthful if the question is important. And those are the times that I think the Buddha was talking about. It's always speak with kindness and always speak with truth. And if you can't do either of those, then silence is better. The noble silence. Now, the fifth precept seems to be the most difficult for everybody, and that's not to consume intoxicants, because people like to get high. Now, I sometimes have a piece of chocolate cake with a glass of milk, and that makes me high. So I don't need to drink beer, I just eat chocolate cake. But the Buddha was saying, don't consume intoxicants and don't consume drugs, unless you need the drugs for medicine. The Buddha always said medicine is good and necessary. So when people come and want to take the 5 precepts, they say, do I have to stop drinking? And I say to them, if you have a difficult time drinking and you need to drink, try not to drink to the point of intoxication. Try not to drink to get drunk. And as you understand how important Buddhist practice is, we're trying to cultivate 2 things, compassion and wisdom. And we can't do that if we're drunk or can't see the world the way it really is. Now, on Tuesdays I go to UCLA, and we have a Buddhist club that meets every Tuesday. And sometimes the students like to drink. Well, what I have come to understand is that you could have a PhD from UCLA, but if you drink 2 cases of beer, you become illiterate. So all those years of education gone in one night. And you may do something unskillful, and you may cause much suffering for people around you, and for people and for yourself. So if you can't stop drinking, at least don't drink to get drunk. Try to understand how important wisdom is, and see how important compassion is as well. As I was looking at those 5 precepts, I realized that those 5 precepts are there because we're trying to change our karma. That we have 3 kinds of karma. We have thinking karma, speaking karma, and acting karma. The 5 precepts change our speaking karma and acting karma, and meditation changes our thinking karma. So, in the Eightfold Path, in the category of personal discipline, we have right speech, right action, and right livelihood. The 5 precepts deal with right speech and right action. Not to take life, not to take what is not given, not to indulge in sexual misconduct, not to speak in a false way, a malicious way, a harsh way, or involve yourself with gossip. Right livelihood from the Eightfold Path is really important because we need to support ourselves, we need to support our family. Can we find a job that allows us to support ourselves but decreases suffering rather than increases suffering? So I was speaking at a high school, and I asked the high school students, what are good jobs? What jobs don't increase suffering? And nobody said garbage man. The big truck that comes to pick up your garbage. Nobody said that was a good job. But that job reduces our suffering. Every time they pick up the trash, we suffer less. Everybody wanted to make a lot of money. And one student said, is it okay for a Buddhist to make a lot of money? And I said, yes. That way you can even give more money away. So the idea is to make a lot of money and share it with everybody. and that's a foreign concept. It seems in America you want to make a lot of money, and then you buy a little hill and you put your house on top of the hill, and then you put a little fence around it, and then you put cameras there, and nobody can come up there, and you're all alone on the top of your hill. And that is success. It seems to